All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have Herc Magnus with us today from Rank and Rent Club. Let's see here. I'm still letting everybody in. We're going to be discussing, and I've seen the tool before, but Zagio. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Zagio. It's a WordPress tool he built. Then he also built keyword supremacy. And I've used, or I've looked at least both of them. I usually do not promote tools whatsoever. I don't really promote a whole lot of tools except when I actually see that they work. I generally will, say, hey, use Google Search Console, Google Analytics, Keyword Planner, the stuff that Google gives you until I actually see something like this. I've started using it already, and it's mind blowing what this fucker can do. But I want Herc to come in here and demo this for you guys. If you do not have it, FYI, Herc has got us set up with a coupon code. He is going to be doing that, so I will drop that. That will be in the back end of the course at the end of the show, once I get everything uploaded and everything like that. So if you have any questions, make sure to drop them in on the back, drop them in the chat, and we'll get to them towards the end. And we'll get to those towards the end, but give Herc your undivided attention, please. And I appreciate it, Herc. Thank you.
I'm muted. There we go. Yeah, so you just want me to do the whole demo? I actually thought you were going to do your demo, but I can do it if you want. You're muted now.
I could do it or you could do it. Either one doesn't matter to me.
Well, let's do this. You give him your take on it, because
Okay.
I always like seeing that, and then I can come in and give my take on it.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up the website. The site I currently have it on right now is my own personal site. So I wanted to show y'all guys this thing. There's a couple of things. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. Let me get a incognito. So browsing is yes, go ahead. So there's a lot of times, and I know guys, y'all see this, but you'll see people come out and they'll say, for instance, hey man, I got this ranked, and yeah, I'm the #1 this or #1 that or whatever term, and everybody thinks they're a big shot because they can get something ranked. But the thing is, do they have any search volume? There are a couple of things you want to get. It's all in title, which I know some of y'all know, quote, and you put your keyword or keyword phrase in between the quotes. All in URL. And phrase match. Okay. Those are the three that you want to pay attention to. So, and I'll demo what I mean by this. Okay.
We're not seeing your screen, William. We're not seeing your screen.
Yep. Thank you. I'm going to show y'all guys. Give me 1 second. Can you see my screen now? Say yes or no.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So there are tools that will actually do this, Herc's being one of them. And then this is a manual way of doing it. So let's say I wanted to look for, I don't know, give me this metal roofer, roofing contractor, Alabama. I don't know. I'm just trying to get a keyword. So this one has like, 0 results. So it tells me I can pretty much rank in this. There's nobody competing for it. Then you can also go in all in URL, right? And that's going to show me if in the URL, if in the actual URL. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to mute everybody. And don't allow people to unmute themselves. Herc, if you need to say something, just let me know. But all in URL is your actual URL or the link. Okay, is it in the actual link of the website? So not one. If you go in all in title, the title is the title of the page. Okay, or the meta title. The phrase is is going to be, if you will, the actual phrase, this right here. Okay. So now that we understand that, let me close that off and then I'll go back and share. Am I missing anything yet, Kirk? All right, let's go. So with Azagio, one of the things I really liked about it, because generally what happens is you'll get a tool and you'll have, let's say you're using Yoast, let's say you're using Rank Math, whatever, and then you go and install Azagio, but not in this case. You'll install a plugin that may be supposed to help you with your SEO or whatever, and then it doesn't. It winds up, you have to wind up changing settings and a bunch of other stuff. But inside of Azagio, whenever I did this, let me show you guys this. So I install it just like I do any other plugin, right? You just upload plugin and then Azagio appears on my left-hand side. There's a bunch of stuff I'm going to be doing, tutorials on everything that I can think of, but it has the ability to do a silo builder where I can build out my silos in here. It gives me, if you will, a silo being, for example, if I wanted to create a page and I wanted to create child themes and I wanted to associate one page with another page, I can do all of it in a visual builder. And whenever I save it, for example, just give you a for example, if I wanted to add another page or a new silo here, I could call it, let's say, SEO services, and then I could move different things around and associate this with this, right? I could associate this with right here. And then if I was to save it, it would actually want to make this a child of this. Child, in other words, a parent being the main, if you will, page that it's going to be associated with. So there's a lot of cool things like that. We'll go over that in another class, but basically you could do that. The other thing I really liked about Azagio that we have in here, let's go here. So normally, let's say, because y'all ask me this a lot, and it is a pain in the ass, if I get a client and I have to change the URL structure, what normally happens when I change a URL structure is, let's say they don't have the city name in the URL structure. And the way I like having things set up, I want the city inside the URL structure. But whenever I do that, what's going to wind up happening is the old link will be broken. And then I have to change it and do a 301 redirect. And it winds up being a pain in the ass. But here, if you actually do that here, Kirk or me, or Herc or me, we're talking, if you actually do a new redirect, you can actually do it from here and it will automatically, set it up. So if I went into a page and I edited the page, it would automatically create the 301 redirect. So that's the other feature that I really, really, really liked. If I'm saying anything wrong, Herc, just let me know. But that was the other one he showed me, and I was just blown away by that because we do that a lot and we have to do it manually. Okay. And we don't have to do it manually no more. Let me add all these people in that are coming in. And let's go here real quick. So that's the other aspect, the 301 and 404 management. We're going to do another tutorial on one of those, but the big one we wanted to go over today is the project manager. So the project manager, and y'all know how I normally say, okay, we take the top 3 or 4 people that are, let's say, in the search engines, in the search, and we want to figure out what are they doing different that we're not doing. Essentially, Azagio, I'm going to show you this. This is pretty cool. This is the part that really blew my socks off. So let's say, for example, and I've already done it, but let's say, for example, I wanted to be, I don't know, let's go GMB SEO expert. And I wanted to be the #1 GMB SEO expert in the world. And in this case, let's say it's, Mr. Chaz over here, and he does a lot local client takeover and I wanted to load him in here. So I could literally go, let me load this project. Or you can create a project. In this case, you actually create it, but I've already created one. I want to audit a website. So I'm going to actually audit and pull in all of Chaz's pages, all of his posts, everything. I can go audit website. I'm going to hit start Yoast migration because we use Yoast mainly because, and I've had people ask me, I've had issues with rank math. That's the only reason. Then I hit continue. And then I drop in local client takeover website. I want to ignore my local pages, skip empty groups, and then hit start operation. And then what it's going to do is it's going to pull in every single one of his pages, every single one of his posts. Okay. And then it's, and now it's going to show me, okay, for example, all these different keywords, everything that's being ranked for, right? I can literally go through all of these pages with all these keywords, and I can actually do there's so many freaking things in this thing that you can even do, Herc. Like this right here. So for example, if I wanted to do SEO consultations, right, it gets 4,400, or I just wanted to see, for example, I could click on all these buttons right here. And I wanted to see what's the ranking possibility for me to get some of these keywords. Let's say I was in this guy's area, which is in Chicago, and I wanted to see if I could outrank him, right? I simply click the keywords, click on the actions, and I go get the keywords competition, right? And then it's going to actually start pulling in the keyword competition and everything else. Then I can also get the keyword volume and CPC. So when I'm looking at that information, it will tell me, for example, maybe or maybe not, I don't want to try to rank for. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm trying to look for higher volume keywords. Maybe I'm trying to look for keywords that have a certain CPC. But once it's done, it's going to tell me those things I was showing you manually and how to do all in title, all in URL, or all in phrase searches, right? It's going to do it it's going to do it on automation for me without me having to go and do the searches. You know, you could literally, it will take a bit of time if you were to do all these pages. But for example, these pages right here, I like how Herc did this with these gold bars and stuff, like this one right here, you know, and then this one right here, all in title. I kind of want to stay away from certain things, but like SEO consults, there's different keywords. And then, for example, the other cool thing, let's say if I found a keyword that I could really rank for and take over really easy, I'll go up here and I'll show you another one. And I'll show you what we could do. It's really, 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 really cool. I love it, especially with the way I do things. So, for example, this one right here, Chicago SEO Consultants, it only has 8 searches in title, only 2 in the URL. It has a bunch in the phrase, but not in the title, not in the URL. This one I can probably pretty easily for me to rank for. Okay, so let's say I wanted to create a page based on this keyword, but I want it to be, instead of Bruce Jones SEO Consultant, be William Jones SEO Consultant, whatever. Right from here, I can literally go, for instance, you click on the cog wheel, create a new page from, you know, that group, or attach it to a certain post or page. I can create a new page. If I create a new page, it's going to automatically create the new page for me. Once I open it, I can now take that page and create content for that page. I can go, okay, this is going to now be William Jones SEO Consultant. Okay, I can go in here and do everything. I can go in here and edit. I can go in here and edit the meta description. Obviously, change it from Bruce Jones SEO Consultant to William Jones SEO Consultant. And then on top of it, I can drop the content in here, everything. Inside of Visage, it's going to tell me, okay, is your about it's going to do content analysis and everything once I actually drop all of my content in here. The key is what I'm trying to look at here is on top of it, I'm trying to duplicate whatever he's doing and outrank him. Okay, then I can also, and I know we touched on this a little bit, as I can go over MOZ extensions, just a Chrome extension. I can look at how many not internal links, but links that he has coming from outside sources into this page. What type of authority does it have? Stuff like that. But essentially, I can look at any of these keywords and go, how easy is it for me to take this candy from this baby right here? This is a bunch of LinkedIn because he does a lot of LinkedIn SEO, but a lot of these keywords right here. The other thing you can do besides creating, if you will, this project, I can go back here and I can upload a bunch of keywords as well and create another project, create a new project. Let's call it something else. Then he also has, Herc has tutorials over here on using it. He goes through everything in here. Missing anything yet, Herc? Because this thing's a beast.
Yeah, it's huge. I could like give you guys an example of use cases for this thing in like kind of a more streamlined way. Show you what I use it for, why we built it, kind of thing. Can I do a share screen?
You're good. Let me give me 1 second and I'll give you that. Go ahead.
All right, let me screen 2. Yeah, there we go. You guys see that?
Yep, you're good.
All right. So initially, guys, when we built Project Planner, what we wanted to do was give ourselves a singular dashboard to do optimization for all the pages on our site. And the reason we wanted that is the old way of doing SEO, as most of you know, is when you want to, do a page, you go into your page, you click the edit button, you have Yoast or Rank Math or whatever, and you write your H1 and you write your URL and you write your title and your description, and you have a keyword tool over here and you have a competition tool over there. And you have all these things open in all these different places just to optimize a single page. And then when you're done, you click update and then you go to the next page and you do it again and you repeat that process. And that's just really tiresome. It's really cumbersome. So what we do with Project Planner, and I'll make it look a little easier for you guys. So I'm going to go group functions, collapse all. What we do is we allow you to see all your core optimization elements for every page or every post on your site. So this, for instance, is a really small site. Okay. It's a lead gen site for a catering company in Stamford, Connecticut. And each of these boxes represents one page on the site. So this is the home page. This is a page targeting halal catering, wedding catering, and then breakfast catering. And the nice thing here is I can optimize my H1 title, URL, and description for all my pages right here. Okay. I don't have to go page to page to page to page to do the core optimization elements. But where it gets better is when we expand the keyword groups, I also know, okay, these are the keywords I want to target on this page. This is the volume, the CPC, the broad phrase in title in URL, title ratio, URL ratio, as well as the ranking of those keywords. So I have literally all the data that I need to optimize the page properly right here. Right. So we developed this tool initially to help you become more efficient at helping you optimize your sites, but we started taking things further and further. So the next thing we built in was an audit function. So if I go new project, okay, audit function, I'll just call it audit 1. We're like, well, what about people who have existing sites and they want to pull all this in, right? So what you could do is just go audit website, your own URLs in there. Okay. And then I'm just going to say, I want to audit my own website. I want to know what are all my pages, what are all my titles, URLs, descriptions, H1 on a single dashboard, plus what keywords am I ranking for that I might not even know that I'm ranking for. So you just let it run. Okay. And there you go. That's how fast it happens. Pulls in all your pages and it tells you, okay, you're ranking for these keywords. Okay. And there's a bunch in here that I didn't actually know that I'm ranking for, like buffet in Stanford. It's not really what I'm going after, but whatever. It tells me all this information, right, about my site, my pages on my site. And it says, this is what your H1 title URL is. And these are the keywords that we found. And these are the rankings of the keywords you found and the volume and the CPC. Now, if I want to make changes to anything, I can make all my changes right here. And then we said, okay, well, now we want to get even better. So what we can do now, and this is a new function that we just built in, is if I want to spy on my competitors. So catering Stamford, Connecticut, right? So lead gen site, I'm going to Google it, kind of like you just did. Okay. And I'm going to go look at, this is my site right here, ranked #1 above the map. And then I'm going to go like, okay, David's Catering is the next best ranking site. So what's he doing that I'm not? What opportunities am I missing out on that maybe he can show me, right? So I'll take David's Catering. I'm going to do a new project, call it audit. I'll just call it audit David's Catering. That's just how I do things. Okay. But I want to do the same thing. I want to audit his website, not my website, right? So I want to pull in all his pages. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip empty groups. Local pages just means don't pull in your own pages from your own site. Skip empty groups means if we don't find a keyword that's ranking for this page at all, ignore it. I don't care about that page. I don't care about pages that don't rank. So I'm going to click start operation. Okay. And then track keywords means start tracking the ranking of the keywords, but I'm not going to do that. If I was auditing my own site, I might want to track my keywords, but if I'm auditing someone else's, I don't. So here, guys, if I go group functions, collapse all again, okay, I get a lot of pages. These are all pages on David's Catering, right? And I can see a lot of stuff, right? It's a lot of information. He might have a big site, might have a little site, but all these pages have keywords that are ranking. So all I have to do is expand keyword groups. Okay, I can sort by ranking and see, okay, well, he's got this 10 festive Thanksgiving potluck launch ideas, and I can start just going through his optimization and seeing what's he ranking for. And maybe there's some good high volume keywords, Irish appetizers or buffet table settings or whatever. I start getting all these ideas of missing content pieces that I could add to my website easily based on what he's doing. If he's doing it, I could probably do it. And he's giving me all the data, right? I know what his title, URL description, and H1 are. I know the group of keywords that he's ranking for, but we could do better because of something called keyword cloud optimization, which is a little, the way that I optimize. Okay. And that's that. And I'll get into that in a second. But if this is a lot of data, right? So you might be thinking, oh my God, like, do I have to create all these pages? First of all, no, you don't have to create all these pages. You can just go through the information, choose the ones that you think are relevant to your site and create pages for those. Or one of the other things I really like to do, okay, once I got his data, is I go to keyword functions and I'm going to go to this thing called phrase match into a new project. And it's called, a lot of people call it keyword combining or keyword clustering, right? So we call it phrase matching. And what phrase matching is going to do, you can see it's going to take all the keywords that it found that he's ranking for in this list. And you're going to say, okay, I want you to start creating groups of keywords that have matching phrases within them, right? So I'm going to call it PMDC, stands for David's Catering, and I'm going to call it 2-4. Okay. And the reason I do that, the rules for my phrase match, I want to say, I want to match a minimum. So this is a 3-word keyword phrase. This is like a 5-word keyword phrase. I want to match at least 2 words in each phrase before it creates a match, right? And then I'm going to say, before you create a group, I want to find at least 4 matches of 2 phrases before I create a group, right? So I call it 2-4. And if I want to ignore keywords, I can put them in excludable. We'll just run it like this. Okay, phrase match into a new project, click OK, and then it's done. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my project and you see my new group here, PMDC24. Now what it does is it phrase matches all the keywords into tighter groups for me, and it gives me a name of what it matched those keywords based on. So you can see here, barbecue themed keywords, right? 5 of them. Caterers CT, 5 of them. Well, that's a good group of keywords that makes it's very relevant for my site. So I'd want to, probably target that. Catering CT, catering Stamford, Irish appetizers, metal nonstick pans, right? Metal cooking utensils. So now what I have is very highly targeted keywords that make sense, all organized into groups for me. And if this miscellaneous group here, there's always going to be a miscellaneous group. It means it didn't meet the rules that we set in the phrase match. Okay. So now what I can do is look for a group that I think I really want. So like say Stamford venues. Okay. So what I'd want to do is like, okay, I like this group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it out of this big messy, group of keywords. I'm going to go actions, move to a different project, I'm going to move it to when I optimize for my site, I always call it the URL. So I'm going to move it out of this project into that other project so that I know I'm going to build a page for that. So now it's gone out of here. I'm going to go back to my catering Stanford project. Okay. And there it is. Here's that group of keywords. So I'm getting ready to build content. I already know what my keywords are, right? So next I'm going to go actions, get the competition, and that's going to go grab the broad phrase in title in URL. Okay. And the ranking numbers, you can see they're black and they're static. That was his ranking, right? And I'm not ranking for these keywords yet, but once I build a page and stuff, I'm going to want to go and track the rankings for those keywords, but it'll track it for my site moving forward. And you can see up here on the pages that I am tracking my rankings for, the numbers are blue. Okay. And if you click them, it takes them over to your other rank tracker. So we won't get into that. But now, one of the things you'll notice, guys, is like if you look at the home page of my site, and I talked about keyword cloud optimization a little bit before, one of the things I do is when I get a big group of keywords, and I really like targeting my keywords down. I really like focused groups of keywords for a page, right? Like for a catering company in Stamford, Connecticut on the home page, I don't want to try and rank for halal catering and breakfast catering and wedding catering because there was enough good keywords to warrant building a page for those, right? What I do want to rank for, though, is catering Stamford, Connecticut, and keywords that are very, very similar to that. So if you look at this group of keywords, guys, the searcher intent behind all these keywords is 100% the exact same thing. It's somebody who's looking for a catering company in Stamford, Connecticut. So check these out. If you were searching for Stamford caterer, Stamford caterers, Stamford food catering, Stamford CT catering, caterers, Stamford CT, Stamford catering, Stamford catering in Stamford, Stamford catering, you get the idea. They're all looking for the same thing. They're just saying it a different way, right? But all these keywords are opportunities to increase the amount of traffic that you get to your pages, as long as you have a way to find these keywords. And analyzing your competition and then focusing those keyword groups into tighter groups is going to help you to find all the variations of those keywords. Now, how do you rank for all those keywords, right? And what I do is I use keyword cloud optimization. It's built right in. So if I click this little cloud, guys, you can see this little word cloud pops up, and where this word cloud is generated from is this list of keywords that I'm trying to target on this page. So if I click on catering, it's going to highlight down below everywhere where the word catering was used. Okay. And then you can, if I hover over it, it says 11 of your keywords have the word catering in it. 14 of your keywords have the word Stanford in it. One of them has services. One of them has caterer, food, CT, in caterers, company. So this word cloud literally accounts for every single word in all these keyword phrases. So now if I want to rank for all of them, I have to use all of them, right? So the most important keyword that I want to rank for was catering Stamford, Connecticut. This guy right here had in URL 0, super low. Okay. So where do I put that, guys? Boom. First in my title, right? That the main keyword that I'm trying to rank for goes first in my title. And then now the back half of my title is still really prime real estate to get the rest of that stuff in. And a lot of people say like, use LSI keywords or synonyms and all this shit. And it's like, use what you know is that has volume and has search intent, right? So all I have to do is I've already done catering, I've already done Stanford, and I've already done Connecticut. So now I just need to use the rest of these words and make a sentence that makes sense, right? So like what I ended up writing was best menu and food, caterer, services, company, which is not companies, but companies wouldn't have made sense there. So I use company in CT. So in this title alone, I actually worked in almost all of these words or very, very close variation of them. Okay. But that's just the title. Because it's the homepage, I don't have to do anything with the URL. But if I was doing something with the URL, I might do catering Stanford. Pretty obvious what to put in your URL. If my domain was like joesbbq.com, but I wanted to rank for catering Stanford, well, I'm going to put catering Stanford. Why? Because all the keywords I'm targeting, those are the two most important words in that group. Makes the most sense, right? Now in my description, okay, I'm not going to say the same thing as the title. I'm going to mix it up. So I might use a different phrase or maybe a different keyword that I still want to rank for, right? So next I'll take maybe one of my next lowest competition keywords and work that first into my description now. And then on the back half, work it all. I'll work all the rest of the words in again into a sentence that makes sense. So our companies offer all types of catering in Stamford, Connecticut. Call us now to talk about your food, catering, services needs. We have great menu. My H1 catering services company in Stamford, Connecticut, right? It makes it super easy, guys, when you have a word cloud to write your optimization. And someone just said, genius, this is too easy. And it is, it's obvious, right? It's so obvious. We're not doing anything groundbreaking. I'm not saying, you know, like we're so amazing or anything like that. We're just taking a different tweak on an approach, right? We're saying these are the keywords we want to rank for, open up a word cloud for them, and let them guide you when you're writing your title, URL, description in H1s. And guys, the result of doing this, look at the rankings, okay? 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. And if I go to Moz, okay, for no bullshit, guys, site's not, you know, here's the site, okay? So I know, William, you said you put like tons of content and stuff on this one. I didn't really need to. Okay, I think it's, if I look at detailed Chrome extension, I think it's like 1,200 words. Yeah, 1,270 word count on the homepage. But check this out, guys. Okay, look at my Moz domain authority. Actually, we'll do it on Google. It's a better example on Google. Okay, if I take that main keyword and I look it on Google, when we look at the Moz scores, which is the backlink profiles of these sites, and a lot of people say, you know, it's backlinks that help rank sites, and it is. It's not everything, but it's a big part of the puzzle in high competition keywords. My DA is 2, 16 links, and a PA of 17. Okay, and I'm ranking for, on the homepage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 keywords, all above the 4th position and above, with a super low DA, a super low PA. But look at the competition: DA 23, PA 32, 687 links. Okay, then Yelp's DA 93, the Knot DA 87, Thumbtack DA 74, another low, Easy Caterer, another high DA profile, Ask Tamford, okay, DA 8, 21, 52 links, DA 22, 53 links, 26. Everybody's stronger than me. And what does that tell you? I'm crushing everybody. Exactly. Somebody just said, damn, you're crushing the big guys. What does that tell you? Why am I ranking number 1 above the maps, and number 2, every other site that I'm beating has better domain authority, links? Why? Somebody answer this. I'm actually asking this question. So I'm not being rhetorical here. I just want to see if everyone's paying attention. Guys, it's because optimization is the most misunderstood and misutilized strategy in SEO, and it's free and it's easy. If your sites are struggling to rank, guys, if you have like keywords on page 2, page 3, page 4, stop trying to buy more content, stop trying to build more backlinks, more social signals. Go check your optimization first. Go make sure your optimization's in line, right? And you're going to get results like this. And if we dig deeper into this Moz, guys, that says 16 links. Here's what's even funnier. Look at the linking domains. It says 10, but it's actually, that's a bullshit link. It's actually only 5. So you can see like these XYZs and shit. Some people sending some nasty links at me now because I demoed this site too much. But that's bullshit, bullshit. Guys, I built 5 links to this site. 5 links. So that's kind of why we created this tool, guys, because the process, you know, of optimizing while looking at your keywords and your ranks, like it all works. It simplifies the process because you can optimize entire sites from one place. You can do keyword research here. You can do competition analysis here. And then you use something as simple as a keyword cloud to help you write your title, URL, description, H1. You're going to save time. You're going to save money. You're going to get better results. I'm not a big fan of those Yoast and rank math check marks. You know, did you have this in there and this and there? That's bullshit. Okay. Follow this, guys, and I think you'll get better results. So, I mean, that's kind of my demo of the project planner and why it was built. So if there's any questions, I guess that's it. It's that simple.
Well, canceling Chase's Sean Raker and Neil Patel's keyword tool. That's why I really liked it. Y'all know I don't ever go, hey, use this tool, use that tool. I only use tools. Like the whole reason I created a schema tool was because I obviously didn't meet Magnus before creating my tool, but on top of it, he creates tools for the same reason. You know, the fact that he needed stuff that did what he was trying to do in his own, his own agency. He even has inside of this a schema builder. We didn't even touch on that shit yet. If you don't have WordPress and you need schema, you can actually build schema on their website, on their platform. It's an all-in-one. I can look at someone's their pages. I can choose the pages I want to create, basically clone exactly what they're doing, put my own content in, and then outrank them. I mean, to me, it's just like fucking mind-blowing.
Here's a good question. Somebody just asked, can you use this for sites built with Duda? So the thing is, this tool, Zagio, is built to be installed on WordPress sites. But let's say your client site or your own site or your affiliate site or your e-com site is on a non-WordPress CMS or whatever. Okay, just get one WordPress site, okay, just to install Zagio, run the audit on your competition, do the project planning and do the core optimization there, and then just copy and paste everything over to your other site. This is just a good tool to help you plan, and you just need to plug it into WordPress because we built it for WordPress, because WordPress is huge. But you could still, one shitty WordPress install on a $2 host, analyze your competition, do all the work here, and then copy and paste. You just do your title, URL description, H1, copy and paste over to your other site.
Let's see. Let's go through some of these questions because I know we'll have a bit of them. Yes, it's being recorded, Clovis. Everything's always recorded, except once in a while we'll have an issue. Let's go through some of these. Real estate. Where's Zagio getting the keyword volumes?
AdWords API.
Does it require you to do any third-party APIs?
No.
All I had to do was install the plugin. I mean, literally, I had no APIs, none of that shit. So, Bob, he's been using this for about 2 years. It's excellent. Well, where the hell were you at, Bob? You should have told me about this shit. I actually talked to you, I think, Magnus, about a year ago. So,
oh, really?
Not talked to you, but messaged you about it because someone had mentioned the tool to me, and I see so much stuff. Patrick, Bob, you're a sneaky little, like bleep, 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 bleep. Dan, to everyone, damn, why haven't I heard about this? Well, now you have. The Moz Chrome extension is free. So that's free. Can you create, Patrick's asking, are you creating one website interpage per keyword? It depends on what the competition is doing. Same thing with the keywords. Y'all hear me throwing around how many words I write per page, but that is determined upon how much the competition has. I don't always do that. I look at the competition. You can get the Moz bar for free off of Chrome. It shows you the DA. Someone says it looks better than Pop Optimizer.
Let me talk about that for a second, because I think those tools are great. So like Surfer SEO, Pop, okay, because they're doing something a little bit different than what we're doing. Surfer and Pop are looking at a lot more on-page SEO elements. So they're looking at how many H1s do the top 10 have, how much content does the top 10 have, how many words does the top 10 have. They're looking at a whole long list of SEO elements and telling you, the mean and the averages of the other sites on the top 10. We're not doing that. We're just saying, here's the keywords you want to target. Here's an easy way to optimize for them, right? And it works. I'm not optimizing my content with Pop or anything like that. I don't need to often, guys. I'm not going after New York plumber either. Like, I'm not going after super high competition stuff. I have a way to really sniff out low competition stuff that's still really valuable and really easy to rank for. And I showed that to William earlier, and we'll probably show you that another day. But I go after easy shit. I don't like making my life hard. I go after shit that's easy to rank, that still is going to make money. And then when I use this process, it doesn't take a lot of you know, off-page optimization to get these kind of results. Does it do page anchor text analysis? Page anchor? No, not. I mean, we have a feature in the silo builder that'll tell you what your internal link structure looks like, but it doesn't really do like on-page anchor text analysis and stuff like that. I don't really see the need for something like that. So I never built it in. If it ever comes to a point where I really understand the value of that, or someone, you know, that I trust tells me the value of it and I get it, then we can build it in. But right now we don't. This is a good question. Can this tool calculate KGR? Does anyone know what KGR is? Well, obviously you do because you asked the question, but does anyone else? Give me a 1 if you know what KGR is, or a 2 if you don't. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, keyword golden ratio. So Doug Cunnington's formula for finding easy keywords. So this little bit right here where it says TR and UR, guys, the keyword golden ratio was based on the title, right? The volume of the search or the volume of the keyword, and then the in title count. And then he built the golden ratio based on those two metrics. So you have to have the volume and you have to have the in title count. That's what TR is. TR and UR were built because of the keyword golden ratio. So yes, 100%. That's what TR is. It is the keyword golden ratio. And if you see a gold bar, it's because you are within the golden ratio. If you see it green, it means it's still easy, but it's just falling outside of the golden ratio. If it's orange, it's a bit hard. If it's red, it's tough. But we took it one step further. We said, you know, if the title ratio works, why not do it for the URL ratio as well? In title is important, but in URL is pretty important too. So why would we not want a KGR? And then I guess it's still KGR, but it's KGRs for the title, but we have one for the URL as well. So yeah, that's what these two columns are, guys, is the keyword golden ratio for your title and the keyword golden ratio for your in URL.
Yep.
And it's auto calculated once you have your volume and you retrieve the broad phrase in title and in URL metrics.
And basically on top of it, you have it color coded. Green is good, red and orange is bad. I mean, not necessarily, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, kind of. And the thing about the color coding, guys, is there's a set standard, you know, based on those rules. But when you get better at this and you want to start messing with this is called conditional formatting based on a condition. And when you get better at understanding these numbers, you can actually go to this manage tab and go to conditional formatting and change your conditional formatting. So if you're getting better at SEO and you say, look, I want my broad results to be red when it goes above 1 million because I'm good at SEO. You can say, okay, red means above 1 million, yellow is between these values, and green is between those values or below this value. So you can do that for broad phrase, in title, in URL, title ratio, URL ratio, in title, and golden bar. And we have 2 templates preloaded in there for you: local, which is easier SEO, and then affiliate. And so if you don't know what these are, don't touch them. If you do know what they are, you can go in and set your own conditional formatting as well.
Let's see. Are those the defaults formatting already set up?
Yeah. Default is based on local SEO. The conditional formatting meaning, does it show up green, orange, or red? And does a gold bar show up or not? I saw another really good question up there. Do we need to connect our Google Search Console? No. Are you doing any indexation submissions? No. I let everything index naturally myself. And then someone asked about page speed. Does it slow your site down? Does it slow your server down? Okay, so let's just go do a live test of this site. I have a secret weapon on here though, not to lie to you. Get activated. So let's go to what is that good one? GT metrics. That's pretty good. We'll do both of them. Do page speed insights. And we'll do GT metrics just so that, you know, you're getting kind of two 2 ideas. So we'll take that URL, catering Stamford, Connecticut, with Zagio installed on it, right? Because people are worried about page speed, and fairly so. So we're going to analyze that site, and then that's on GT metrics, and then we'll do it on page speed insights. So 2 different tools measuring the same idea to determine if Zagio is going to slow down your sites. I'll look for more questions. Does it have any issues with Elementor? No. So not the greatest, but I think I can rerun that and get higher. I use Nitro Pack. I'll tell you this right now. I use Nitro Pack, guys. It boosts my shit right up to 99 every time. So that it's just not done optimizing. Did you see me go in and turn it on? Because sometimes I turn it off just to like clear out my cache stuff.
We teach Nitro Pack all the time, so it's one of my favorite tools.
It's so deadly, and it's so easy to use. So trust me, guys. Like, no, Zagio is not going to slow down your site. I thought I was going to like be all tricky and show you an A, but the secret is Nitro Pack. But no, it won't slow down your sites. And then as far as builders, so like, I know there's tons of them, guys. Elementor, Beaver Builder, Thrive Themes, Aveda. Okay, doesn't matter. Zagio is not a design tool. It doesn't affect your design. It doesn't require design. It is an SEO tool. Then another, nobody asked it yet, but they're probably gonna. What if I'm using Rank Math? What if I'm using Yoast? Okay. We have a migration tab. If you're using any of those and you prefer to use ours, okay, it will recognize if you're using Rank Math, Yoast, or all-in-one SEO plugin, and it'll say import. So you just click a button and it pulls in all your Yoast information into Zagio. And what that does is, I mean, most people use Yoast. The reason they're using it is simply to control their title, URL, description, H1, right? That's for most people. Okay. So what ours is very similar. Okay. There it is. Zagio on page SEO, my title, my URL, my description. I don't even use this anymore, guys. I almost want to take it out of here because I hate content analysis, because I'd rather optimize well than have somebody tell me I got a green tick mark on a box. Okay. But then our robots, our social, like open graph settings, if you want to do a quick schema, you can do it here. Notes are just you taking notes, and then scripting, header, footer, body. Okay. So it's an SEO plugin, right?
Yeah, essentially you can remove with the Zagio, what I like, you remove all those freaking plugins. You don't have no reason to even use a lot of them. You can if you want, I guess, but there's no real reason to. More plugins you have, it will slow down your site. So I would tell you to get rid of a lot of plugins. Only use what's necessary.
I mean, I'm even like kind of a bad example here because, I have 12 plugins, and that's a lot for me.
Yeah, that's about where I would say, but I've seen people got 40, 50 damn plugins. You go in there and it's like, you wonder why your site's slow as shit. So
yeah, it's slow. And then because you have 40 or 50 plugins that are constantly releasing updates, conflicts start happening, bad shit starts happening to your sites, guys. Stop it. Just go with less plugins that do more.
If you don't update them and someone decides to hack your shit, you're giving them an easy back door.
Yeah, it's asking for trouble. You're just like absolutely asking for trouble.
All right. Can you audit the top 3 sites all at one time? No.
Here's the thing, guys. If you audited, so audit's pretty powerful, okay? But if you audit something like Yelp, it's gonna like pull in all the pages in Yelp that are ranking, and it's gonna just cause your site to like crash. So we're gonna build in some sort of stop system, like stop at like 100 pages or some shit like that, because this is a relatively new feature, and we're starting to see people be like, why is it stalling out? I'm like, well, because you audited Facebook, man. Like, it's trying to find all the pages and all the rankings of Facebook, and that's just crazy, God. Right? So like, I didn't ever think someone would do something like that, but then of course people just do what they do. My recommendation, guys, is most people in this group are like local and lead gen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't audit high DA properties. Audit your competition who exists in your area, right? Like Catering Stamford, Connecticut is a catering company in Connecticut. So you want to audit David's Catering and you want to audit
the top 3
Deli.
people. That's what I generally tell them. Take the top 3 people, audit them, see what they're doing, reverse engineer that shit.
Yeah, but not like Yelp and Home Advisor and shit like that.
Don't need to.
No, you don't need to audit that. They're purely ranking on domain authority 99% of the time anyway. And guys, that's not something hard to beat at all. Ever.
Can you audit a GMB URL?
Well, you can audit whatever you want. You're just not going to get a result from trying to audit something that doesn't have a website behind it.
Bambi, you're asking if I'm using this on my white label SEO packages. No. Yeah, I'm not personally going to put it on every single person's site and pay their, yearly fee every single person. So I did drop the code. It's Rank Fortress, the coupon code in here as well for you guys, as well as the case study, as well as the annual plan. The annual plan, I know that you'd said, Herc, you're talking about it's going to go up eventually, but right now, I don't even know what the pricing is on this. Give me 1 second.
It's killer, guys. It's $497 a year, but the coupon's going to knock $200 off your first year. So you can get it for $297, and you've seen 5% of this tool's features today. So like, it's pretty crazy. If you think it's valuable just based on what the project planner can do, and I really believe it is, you're going to be like tickled pink when you get it and you see all the other stuff it does.
So for example, on the Pro monthly or yearly, it's better to buy them yearly so you don't have to sit and do it every month. But you got 100 website license across for the Pro. So that's really cool. Most people don't have that many websites. No. And you've got testimonials all over the place from people like Michael Millis and some other ones. But I personally just can't, because we don't deal with just a few, 100 or whatever. We deal with a lot of websites. Otherwise, I would gladly do it. Let's see.
There you go, guys. I just reran it. We're up to a 93 on page speed on mobile. It's 97 on desktop. So that, okay, number 1, Zagio would drag you down way further. Number 2, use NitroPack. Like, it's such a killer. It's such a killer thing, and it's free. Yeah, Rank Fortress is the coupon, guys. It knocks $200 off your first year, so that's $297 for the entire first year of using this. And I really haven't gone into everything else it does, but it's so much more. You're going to save a ton of money on a lot of other stuff that it does, that you can start canceling other subscriptions and stuff like that. But I didn't.
Our plan is really to have him come back, or at least I'll go over some of it, even if he doesn't come. If he comes back great and does some other ones where we'll go over some of the other features. But I plan on going through them over the next few weeks as well and showing y'all guys some of it.
Somebody said, can you please do sell your home in Denver? Sell your home in Denver. Okay, so typically I like to have my Moz bar on just so I know what I'm looking at. I just don't like high DA stuff. I don't go after, but this guy, the buyout company, okay, DA 27, PA 30, 139 links. I don't know if that's a good keyword, but I'm going to analyze this guy because he's doing pretty good, So let's just take that and I'll do a quick analysis. The buyoutcompany.com. So audit. Buyoutcompany.com. Okay, I think that's what it was. Yeah. So we'll load it, audit, just put in the domain, ignore local pages and skip empty groups. What is this guy ranking for? So Carter's Denver. I don't even know what Carter's cause. I don't know what that is. Like, this is not my niche or industry. So, I mean, I don't know. Denver gold panning. Some weird shit. Denver real estate market trends. So if you're a real estate guy, you know, like I love this tool because it just opens your eyes to like potential opportunity that other people, you know, are doing well with that you may not have even thought of. So you don't have to really understand an industry a lot of times. Like, for instance, I was doing a site, we're doing like a Miami roofing site, a metal roofing site in Miami. And I was doing audits for them, and I found out that there's a whole huge bunch of people who are searching for Dade County approved metal roofing. I was like, well, I didn't know what Dade County was. Like, I'm not from there, but like tons of search volume, low competition. Like, there you go. I was like, man, we need to add a page on our site to say, you know, we're Dade County approved metal roofing company for hurricane season. And like, it's just so easy. Right? There you go. He's ranked for a bunch of shit on here. It's just great, guys. It's just a great way to tell what is someone ranking for and what page are they doing and what is their optimization. You can literally copy it, right? If you want, or do better. I think you can do better most of the time, 99% of the time. Yeah, guys, the coupon code is for the annual package. And it's for 100 websites. You'll be able to install Zagio on 100 websites, which is a lot. Herc, what extension are you using to show stats on the Google search? So that's the Moz Chrome extension. So if you're talking about when I was on Google, I don't know, Denver realtor. And then I see like all the DAPA. That's called the Moz Chrome extension. It just tells me, you know, just link data about the sites from Moz's opinion. There's also Ahrefs or Majestic that you can use, or SEMrush as well. Claudio, I tested Zagio and it's amazing. The one thing I found that could be improved is the migration. It won't work if you move the site to another hosting, made it copy, but it didn't replace the database. Details and other issues. I spent some time with Alex, was not able to make it work. I was looking to migrate 200 sites. Yeah, we did so we don't really have a migration tool like to migrate from one host to another. We have a cloning tool, we have backup, you know what I mean? But migrating, that's not something we really tackled. But I see how important it is for people that want to migrate to different hosts, because there's a lot of shitty hosts out. In fact, I was just talking to William today. I had some issues with a HostGator site today, and I'm like, that's it. I'm just done with these shit HostGator EIG hosting companies. And yeah, it was not fun to move the sites. So it's definitely something we'll look at, improving the migration ability from host to host. More users we have paying us monthly, guys, the more features we can build.
Let's see. It works okay without WooCommerce WordPress site. Yes. What hosting do you like?
Me?
Yeah, that's one of the questions.
Well, I use Namecheap a lot, to be honest. I like Namecheap, man. And the reason why is I don't have a problem with any of their hosting, but their customer support is killer.
Yeah.
And fast. And that, to me, like, customer support's the biggest thing, because when I run into a problem, I just go mad if it takes me days to resolve it. And I never have a problem with them. So if I want a cheap, quick host, I use Namecheap.
What went wrong with HostGator?
I don't know.
Now you got me worried.
I don't know, but what happened?
Said.
What happened, guys, is one of my sites tanked. I had poorsurfacingphoenix.com, one of the very first local lead gen sites I ever had. And I'll tell you the full story. I installed a plugin called Magic Page plugin on it that helps me create additional location rankings. I work with Mike Martin as well to help Zagio and integrate with Magic Page, because I think what he does is brilliant. And all of a sudden all the rankings on my homepage dropped. I had like 12 keywords at number 1 on the homepage. They all dropped to page 2. And I was like, shit, I think I cannibalized the homepage with Magic Page. Started looking at everything and we're like, that's not the problem here. It's not the problem here. I got into webmaster tools. My sitemap couldn't get indexed and my homepage was de-indexed and it could not be resubmitted. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I couldn't figure it out. So I'm like, I'm just going to move off the hosting, see what happens. So I moved to hosting, ran it through GSE again, and boom. So I don't know what the problem was. I do know it was the hosting though. Yeah, just WPX, I've heard good things. A2, I've heard some good things. I haven't used them, but I've heard good things. Just I kind of, and I agree with, like, I stay away from the EIG stuff now. You just look up EIG host, they're a big conglomerate buying up all the hosting companies. And I kind of stay away from them now. On the site, it says it replaces Updraft Plus. Does it? Does Updraft Plus do good migration? If it does, don't worry, man. Like, I'll tell you this, guys, Zagio is not a new tool. It used to be called Project Supremacy. Then it used to be called Project Supremacy V2. Then it was called Project Supremacy V3. And then we're like, hey, we're going to stop this V stuff. And we just rebranded it to Zagio. And I'll show you something else, guys. I'll show you what Project Supremacy was before it was even a software. It was the way I used to do SEO. Does this look kind of familiar to what I showed you? When I used to do SEO, guys, I used to open up a spreadsheet and I created this and I would fill in the keywords that I wanted to target. This would be a page. This would be another page. I'd fill in my keywords. I'd go and manually look up every single piece of data for each of these keywords. Then I would create my title, URL, description to H1. Okay, I would do it all here on the spreadsheet, and then I would transfer it over to my sites because it worked. I've been doing this for years, and I used to do it on spreadsheets. So I was like, man, that's it. We need to automate this shit. And I'm not a developer, found a developer. Then I partnered with Todd Spears, who had a great development team. And 5 years, no, that's like going on 6 years now. We're to this point. So all I'll say, guys, like, when there's issues, you know, you have issues like you, Claudio, with like Updraft Plus, and you know, you're like, man, you said you replace Updraft Plus. We will, man. Well, I don't know. Like they focus on one thing, we focus on a lot of things, but migration is a big deal, and I get that, and we're gonna make that work. You know what I mean? We don't build every feature that everyone wants us to, you know, because everybody wants everything, but migration is a good one. Yeah, refund policy, guys, 30 days. Okay, no questions asked. Well, we'll ask you one question, which is like, why you want to cancel? You know, what can we do better? But that's just to like get information. We're still going to give you the refund. What is local supremacy? That's a whole different topic. Herc, how did you get my spreadsheet? I'm a spreadsheet. If it wasn't for spreadsheets, I don't even think I would have a career. I would be like playing music still. I think I did spreadsheets for my band even. I don't know, I just love spreadsheets. What happens to our sites if we stop using Zagio? If you guys are using Zagio to install your title, like what happens if you stop using Yoast? You know what I mean? Like all of your Yoast information disappears. Same thing with Zagio. Like all your Zagio information disappears, right? If you stop using something, it just doesn't work anymore. So it's like, I think what you're asking is, if I use Zagio to get my site to #1 and then I cancel my subscription, is my site going to fall? Probably. Because if you use Zagio to input your optimization and you cancel that, your optimization goes away and your site falls back down. But that's not, you know, specific to Zagio. That's to, if you rank a site with Yoast and you delete Yoast, your site's going to fall. Are there walkthrough tutorials? Yeah, if you go to Zagio.net tutorial, top menu, guys, Zagio.net, like tons of webinars. Okay, resources right here, how to, blog, training, and webinars. If you go to training, we have all our training videos from when it was called Project Supremacy V3. The Zagio upgrade was a UI change, guys, a UI and a background performance. So all these videos were shot when it used to look like how it used to look, but they still apply. So we left those there, but all these videos now are being redone with like nice music and graphics and shit like that. So we have all the training there. Lots of past training webinars, guys. If you go into resources, webinars, sorry, let me get there. Okay. Over here, when we used to hold monthly training webinars, this is keyword searchable. So if you want to learn about, schema, you just type in schema, SCHMA, and it shows you the point in the video, and it'll fast forward you to 51 minutes and 20 seconds where, I was talking about project supremacy, schema management. Okay. Quick box demo of themes, plugin, blah, blah, blah. Just put in a keyword. It'll take you to the webinar and the training that we did. It's super fast and easy. What's the 999 on top credit system? If you buy annually, does that still go off credits? Yeah. So the way credits works, guys, I'll just log into another feature that you're going to get that I didn't show you, and I didn't really want to get into it, but you're going to get a dashboard that looks like this because it is also a WordPress management software solution. Okay. So if I go to my websites, you can see I'm managing over 200 websites. Okay. You're going to have a central dashboard that'll, if you want to keep your plugins, cores, themes updated, it'll do that for you. You can pull in Ahrefs and Majestic data for all your sites, page speed insights, uptime monitor, WordPress, one-click login to WordPress, cPanel, your registrar, your host, your tagging. But your account, guys, if you go to, where is that guy? Something just happened, of course, because I'm live. Let me just log out here. Oh, I'm logged into a sub account. That's why. Let me get back in here. I think I just yelled at my developers for shit disappearing, but it was my fault. I was logged into a sub account. Now I just realized it. So right here, guys, under billing, okay, it'll tell you what kind of account you have, and then how many websites you get, how many sub accounts you get. I haven't even talked about sub accounts, how many keyword trackings you get, Majestic credits, Ahrefs credits. The 999 that you asked about is how many keywords you can scrape data for. Okay. You get 30 audits per month. If you want to buy more, you don't have to upgrade to the next level package, which is something I hate in the industry. You got to go from like that 77 to that 147. We a la carte everything. So every package, guys, getting started costs the same. And then when you like one feature, just go buy that feature. You want more websites, just buy more websites. You want more audits, just buy more audits. But yeah, you get 30 audits, 1,000 credits. You get a lot, guys. You get a shit ton of stuff. And if you want to buy more, it's usually like $5 a month more for that feature. Is this dashboard coming with the yearly or monthly plan, or does that require some premium features? No, you get this too, guys. We just didn't talk about it. This is the central dashboard of Zagio that when you install that Zagio plugin on your site, it connects here to a central dashboard so that, like, for instance, I go to my dashboard, I can see like, oh, I have 105 plugins and 10 themes that need an update and one WordPress core across my network of 200 sites. Boom, I'm done. I just updated everything. I've got all these spammy comments, get rid of them, done. I've got these optimization issues, delete them, I'm done. So it is a WordPress management solution as well. It does also do backups that you guys are going to get that. Okay. I keep all my websites backed up automatically through, if you go to your settings for backups, you can, if you have an account with Dropbox, Amazon S3, OneDrive, or Google Drive, Zagio will automatically push backups on your schedule that you set into any of those functions. So don't have to pay for backups. It's got a rank tracker, schema builder. Like it guys, like I said, like it's got a shit ton of stuff. And we didn't want to be on a webinar for 4 hours explaining a bunch of features to you. Just wanted to show you something really cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll show y'all guys the rest of it on other ones that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to be featuring it on the channel as well. So I'll be going over other aspects of it on the YouTube channel as well as in class. We need, yep. Yeah, Chris Palmer does these freaking 6-hour marathons. Yeah. I don't do that. It works like me. It's like, nah, you can do that, my voice, Chris, not me.
We're already an hour and 15. So
yeah, guys, we're good. I'm going to put this, upload it on the back end, and I will have the offer code back there along with the link. And I will have all that information back there. And I will see you guys tomorrow, Tuesday. Lane will be on. Lane will be going over, the usual, which is, pretty much is not the usual, but if you will, press releases the power, creating signals, etc., and all of that. So, guys, I appreciate it. We got the VA class today. Yes, sir. Virtual assistant, make money with virtual assistants would be in about 45 minutes. Okay. And I will be posting the link inside GMB Pros for that. And I will see you guys soon. I appreciate it, Herc. Thank you again, buddy. Let's see.